Hi, welcome to my presentation. I will talk about supervision with Aka actors. Before going any further, I'm Nicolas Josviak. As you can see with my accent, I'm not a Polish guy, I'm a French. I'm also a programmer and an agilist at Xibia for 7 years. First, the agenda. I will explain the context where we set up the project, and I will explain why we chose Aka and Scala. I will present the solution we set up. We'll also see some DevOps practices we set up. I will share with you the issues and what we learned during the project, and we will finish with some results. So first, the context. It's a French company which manages some job offers. These job offers are in XML format and are dropped regularly in an FTP. Some talent process will read that FTP and translate these XML files in jobs offers code. These processes are logged with syslog, with Logstash, to be available in an Elasticsearch, to be seen in a UI dashboard. In parallel, talent process will ask to a web service to do a diff to know if for some job offers, it's a creation, a deletion, or an update. And with that results, talent process will send the results to web service to save in a database. With that project, we had lots of issues. The first one, we had not happy customers. Customers were very disappointing. For example, lots of customers lost their job offers, in fact. The day after, they called the support team and asked why I cannot see my job offers. It was lost. So, very crazy. Second, the business logic were everywhere, in talent process and in web services. Sometimes it was the same rule, but managed differently. So it was very difficult to refactor, to improve the code. Also, talent process were very complex and not very well known, as lots of old applications, lots of people left the company, so they leave some undocumented code. It was very, very difficult to understand how it works. The error handling too. For example, let's say we have 10,000 job offers to integrate. If the first is in error, all the process is stopped. So we have to re-begin the day after. And another point, dashboard was not very efficient. In fact, at the end, the support team didn't use it at all. It was not ergonomic, lots of information. All people were lost. And finally, it was a slow integration. I spoke about 10,000 job offers in several hours. At that time, we thought that we can enhance the project. So, these points we try to improve. So the first one is the reliability of the project. We cannot lose job offers. We cannot do some business. If we lose job offers, we lost. We can't stop all the process if one error occurs in our integration too. Second point, it's to centralize business logic. We can't have all the code everywhere and manage differently. We have to produce a code maintainable. And the last point, we wanted to have an improved system because we wanted to have lots of job offers to integrate for the future. I speak about 10,000 or 20,000 job offers. Next point, why Aka and Scala? At that time, we studied lots of technologies and systems such as Queue with RabbitMQ or ActiveMQ, or batch system with Spring Batch, but we chose Scala for these reasons. In fact, with actor system, you can isolate your business rule in actors. It's done for that. It's very easy. You also have the events to manage. As you can see with the architecture, we have a kind of workflow with some messages between each step. So with Aka, we can do that very easily. Another point is the fault tolerance. we want a robust system, a system that can be rebootable himself. We have that with a supervision strategy. I will explain it later. And the last point, performance. As you maybe know, in Scala, you have just one thread in AK, so it's very performant, and it's done for that. Next point, why Scala? At the beginning, the team knew Scala a little. Through our technologies watch, we studied Scala with some tutorials, with some reading books. So at the beginning, we were not beginners. Also in the company, they wanted to try Scala, to know if it's mature to use in production, to know if people can use, not only scientific. And the last point, Scala with AK is wonderful. As you maybe know, AK is written in Scala, so the integration is very cool. We thought about Java, but as you know, type system in Java is less powerful than Scala, and it's more verbose when you are using with AK. So the solution. As you maybe understood, we decided to remove Talend and replace it with AK. A little focus on supervision. When you create an actor system, you have a root actor. That actor has a default strategy which is to restart his sub-children. That means that actor manage failure automatically. Each actor, in fact, has a default strategy to restart. It means that some messages will be sent between actors. And another great point is that in actor system you have a tree with subtree, and you can manage exception in each subtree. It's very detailed. To illustrate my explanation, here a little schema. So we have an actor system with two main actors, actor 1 and actor 2. In the actor 1 branch, we have actor A, which has actor B and actor C on sub-actors. A has a default strategy, which is to restart his children if they have a problem. So let's say as an exception, he will tell to A it is stopping. What he has to do, A will restart C. It's automatically. But we can define more detailed strategy. Here, a piece of code where we can define two kinds of strategy, in fact. Here, we have the one-for-one strategy. It means that when a sub-actor will be stopped, his parent will restart it, or another kind of strategy. I will explain the rest of the code after. But you can have the one-for-all strategy. It means that you will restart all the sub-actors. It can be very good if you want to keep a state between each sub-actors. In these strategies, you have lots of options. Here we have a number of retries. Here we will retry twice between restarting the actor. And we can define the time between each retry. And the most important thing here is the pattern matching. We can define each strategy with a fine definition of exception. For example, in my piece of code, with a null pointer exception, I will restart the actor. With an exception, I will escalate some messages. It means that the parent will send a message to his parent until the root actor. And so on for the other exception. So we can have a fine management of the definition with the actor, and it's very concise, very easy to do. Now, our new architecture. So we decided to create a master supervisor. It's our root actor, in fact. That actor will create a file system supervisor, which will create a file crawler. In fact, it's our FTP process. Another branch to create an XML supervisor, which will create an XML reader. It's our translation from XML to job offers code. And last branch, posting supervisor, which will create the defactor to know if we have to create delete or update job offers, and a posting service actor to communicate with web service to save the results in database. We keep the syslog to be keep the data on Elasticsearch with the dashboard. Next to the master supervisor, we decided to add two kinds of special actors: the dead letter listener and a work statue. In fact, in Akka, when you send a message, you don't have the guarantee of the delivery of your message. You send a message and maybe it can be lost. And when it's lost, it will go in a dead letter mailbox. And you can listen to that mailbox to keep the messages. So we did that. We attached a listener to listen to that mailbox and keep the eventually job offers lost. So we can replace them later, for example, or know the error that occurred. Next actor is a work statue. As you can see, and as I said earlier, we have a kind of workflow. With that actor, when we ask some information, we can know where we are in the process. For example, if we have a problem in the translation between XML and job offers code, we can know that we have in that branch, in fact. So it's very useful. In Red Cycle, in fact, we design our actor system with the programmation base we know. For example, here we applied solid principle and domain-driven principle. Solid with the single responsibility principle. In fact, if you look at the branch, each branch will do one thing. It's a very good separation. Another point in DDD is the aggregation. The aggregation is your entry point on your branch of your treatment. In fact, our supervisor are our entry point. You cannot access, for example, to a file crawler or XML reader actor directly. You have to pass by the supervisor. It will pilot your sub-actors. Also in Akka, you have another interesting point which is with DDD. It's make concept implicit explicit. In fact, with messages and events, you have that notion automatically with Akka. So we try to apply this different pattern on our code. Next point, DevOps. We decided to use DevOps practices at the beginning of the project because it was for us new technologies and for ops new technologies too. We didn't know how to manage the production, the monitoring, so we decided to address that at the beginning. As I said earlier, you don't have the guarantee on the message delivery, so you have to log at some metrics to know where your message is and at which step. So we added some logs. It's a classic logs you can have with a classical application, but it's not enough. So we decided to add some metrics, and we have the choice with 3 tools at that time. Metrics with Graphite from Dropwizard, Ostrich from Twitter, and Common.io. We choose metrics with Graphite because in the company, all the applications were plugged with metrics. So we didn't want to change all the new technology once. But if you have the choice, I will advise you in Akka system or actor system to look and to maybe use Common.io. It's a very good tool. It's done for that. So look at it. Metrics with Scala are not very friend, in fact. So we found a library to communicate with Scala, but we have some code to do. So here, a piece of code. So we created a thread, metrics actor, which extends actor from Akka. And in fact, we created a kind of template pattern. We encapsulate the receive function with a metrics timer to know how much time a message will be processed. when you will create an actor, you have to extend our thread, or matrix actor. And when you will override the receive function, you have to encapsulate the pattern matching with the receive with matrix. And it's done. You will have your matrix collected automatically. That code is a little bit intrusive, but with matrix, we didn't find any other manner to do that. But you will be happy to collect some matrix in production. Another point is the configuration with matrix and graphite to show you that it's easier. So we have to declare a matrix registry. We decided to add some other registries such as garbage collection, memory, thread. You can add others. And graphite, you just have to configure the graphite host, attach it to your matrix registry, and it's done. You have that kind of graphic, so it's a graphic in production of our process, nightly. Other tools we choose is to expose some API in JSON with Spray. With Spray, you have a module to expose some statistics about HTTP requests, the number of HTTP requests, for example, or the process time of an HTTP request in JSON. It's easy. We added also a classical health check, and we retrieve our workflow state I speak about earlier, but we expose that in JSON. We did some nice graphics, so it's more easier to read. And with these tools, our ops are very, very happy, and we are best friends. Now, what we learned and the issues we met. So at the beginning of the project, it was our first time to work on an actor system. So you have the question to how can I design a good actor system? For example, at the beginning, we did lots of mistakes. The first one was to have few actors, but where they did lots of things. For example, one actor managed lots of events, messages, or state. We thought that it's not natural, it's not very good, because in the documentation, it's not the way we have to use. So we read lots of books, we spoke with lots of people, and we found that we have to cut our actors in sub-actors. Another point is unit testing. With Akka, you have a great library. You can mock actor very easily. You can simulate the message exchanging between actors. But in my mind, you don't have to write lots of unit tests. Your added value will be with integration test, because what you want to test is the exchange of messages between actors. I will explain it later why. Last point is the differences between actors and features. For example, if you want to do some treatment in parallel, maybe you will have to use features. In actor, you have one thread, so to do some parallel treatment, it's complicated. You can do that, but it depends on your needs. I won't enter into the details, but when you have to choose between them, be careful. There are subtle changement. So we learned lots of things. The first thing is we have to think differently. With actor system, as I said earlier, we have to think in functional, and you have to manage business events. In fact, when you are using Akka, when you want to solve a functional issue, you have some events, some actions, which will give you some new events and so on. And you will see that it's more natural to solve your issue, in fact. When you will see a problem, in fact, you talk with a functional guy with some message. So it's very good. Also, don't be afraid to separate your actor on small sub-actors. It's like in Java. In Java, when you have a big method, it's a small code, in fact. You have to cut that method in small method, or you have to create a new class. With actor, it's the same thing. When you have an actor with lots of events, lots of state or messages to manage, it's a small code. The best practice is to have one actor, one state, or one business rule. We will be able to isolate your business rule in one actor, so to test that is very easy, and your code is very well designed. Last point is integration test. So for me, I think when you have an actor system, if you apply the rule one actor, one state, you will have lots of small actors. What is important is to test the communication between them. In fact, the implementation of your business rule will be hidden in the actor. So when you will do some integration test, you will test your business rule. So you can do some unit tests, but I think your added value will be to add some integration tests. If you know the pyramid testing, in fact, with actor system, I think that pyramid is inversed. You will have lots of integration tests and less unit tests in AK system. So the results. The application is in production for 2 months, so it's a success. Now the support team is proactive. That means that, for example, when some job offers didn't integrate for some errors, the support team can call the customer and explain to them what the problem is and replay the integration in a few hours. We have not to wait a long time, or no job offers are lost now. The processing time. I spoke about several hours. Now it's almost 1 hour. So it's a success too. Another funny thing, I don't know if I can say funny, is that we discovered that the web service is not optimized. In fact, we created a very performant system which sends lots of HTTP requests to the web service, but in fact, the web service is not very good optimized. So we send less HTTP requests, and the next project will be to improve the web service project. And last thing, maybe, is to remove the FTP. As you know, FTP is very slow in reading and writing, and maybe we can imagine to integrate job offers directly in an AK system. We can remove a painful point. So in conclusion, AK is very powerful. I spoke about messages, events, supervision strategy, but it's a big ecosystem. You have clustering, you have streaming, you have persistency, you have lots of things to learn. But these notions are very complex. In fact, when you have to debug, to understand why my messages are not arrived to that actor, you have to understand the philosophy behind the actor. You have lots of good books. The AK documentation is very good, very well documented. You can find all that you want. Also, the ecosystem is very active. For example, during the project, we asked some questions on AK user group, and very quickly, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours after a question, we had Victor Klang or Roland Kuhn who answered us very in a good way. It's very cool to work with that kind of people, very active. So the library evolves quickly. In the next version, you will have streaming. It's a very, very powerful new stuff. To finish, I will speak about KISS principle, keep it stupid and simple. I spoke about solid DDD pattern. I think that when you begin to work on that kind of new system, such as actor system, you have to keep in mind to don't forget your programmation basis. Sorry. We can. I think we have a system well designed, but it's not the best. I think, but it's a good design, and with and which is robust with the integration test I explained earlier. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, I will listen.
Did you have a need for circuit breakers? So from time to time, if maybe messages were not processed in time, that you kind of broke circuit. Do you have a need for that in your
No.
maybe it's not needed anymore if you will be streaming?
The question is if we add some circuit breaker management. No, it didn't come. No, there was no need. Yeah. In fact, when a message is lost, we keep that message in a dead letter. So we write in logs, and we can replace that after. It's not a main problem. Other question?
How did you make it scalable?
Sorry?
How did you make it scalable?
It was not, in fact, at the beginning, it was not the main point, but to have that application scalable, we have to add Akka cluster, in fact. But it's kind of another project. You have another question to resolve. Okay, thank you.